Hello my Wolfpack and welcome to the LDL Mega Team Builder, where this week we are battling P2 VGC, at least I think that's what their name is, and they have a really strong team. I don't know if they have links. I will ask them if they have any links, and if they have, they'll be in the description. If they do not, then they will not be in the description. But yeah, hopefully this is going to be a fun game. The fact that they've got VGC in their name suggests to me they're very good at VGC, or they're likely, like, you know, a doubles player, whereas you guys know me, I've only just really started doing doubles this year. I'm not particularly good at it. This team is trash, and yeah. So I spoke to a couple of people. I think it was in Scoot's stream. If you haven't checked out Scoot's before, go check him out. I think it might have been Wolf, who I know is on the draft scene. Recommended a couple of ideas to me, which I have taken on board. Initially, I was not going to bring any rain, but then the suggestion was rain actually looks really, really good here, so use rain. That's kind of what happened. Now we have got obviously a Landris T, very scary. Intimidate, which I haven't got many physical mons this week. I have got the Copperaja, which, you know, could definitely struggle from physical attacks. We've got NDD here as well, which is kind of a scary mon. You know, Horse can definitely deal with it. I don't know what else can actually deal with it, honestly. Well, I guess Spooky Eyes. Spooky Eyes definitely can deal with it. We've got Hatterene G-Max, which was my biggest problem when prepping, and that's why I think Copper is going to be really, really good this week. Tapu Koko, which can just cause problems. I did find that actually a Dynamax Spiritomb can work really nicely against those, assuming they don't Dynamax themselves. But like a Max Poltergeist? No, it's not Max Poltergeist. What's Max Ghost Move? Whatever it is, I can't think what it is. Just it's left my mind. But the Max Ghost Move realistically is going to do a lot of damage to a lot of Mon. We've got Tapu Koko, as I said. We've got Registeel. Now, Registeel will just basically sit there. It can't really do too much damage. It can do things like Toxic if it wants to, possibly Thunder Wave as well, which would be really annoying. But, you know, other than that, Registeel doesn't do too much. Entei, now I'm running Rain. Realistically, the Entei probably doesn't come because the only thing the Entei really checks is my Copperaja. That's the only thing it really, really checks. We've got Milotic here. Now, Milotic obviously can run Scold, but I have got... No, I haven't got... I was just thinking I've got resistance to that, but no, that's completely wrong. And Milotic can be a problem, especially as I'm running a Rain team, but I have got, obviously, Ludicolo. We've got the likes of Tapu Lele. We've got Copperaja, which can cause some problems for it. Obviously, the burn on Copperaja would be a big, big problem. Sceptile, I don't know if I see Sceptile coming. It doesn't really hit my team too hard other than Marowak. And realistically, looking at this team right here, I'm not too concerned about Sceptile. Obviously, Unburden could be a problem, but I have got Trick Room. Surfetched could be a problem if I am not careful, but obviously, Spiritomb just nullifies a lot of it. Altaria, I'm not too concerned about, but you know, it could be like a Cotton Spore set, which would be really annoying to deal with. And then Purloin, obviously Prankster Sun could definitely be a thing. In fact, if he's a VGC player, if he's good at draft, I would definitely expect Purloin to be coming and it to be trying to set up the Sun at points during this match, because realistically that's going to be a huge, huge benefit for his team. So yeah, that's a rundown of his team. We've got Pelipper on our team. Now, Pelipper I'm not too concerned about it actually doing anything other than setting up the rain. That's basically Pelipper's job this week. I've gone for max speed just to try and get potentially a Tailwind off, or a U-turn and outspeed some other mons. Just be really handy to be able to do that. I've got max HP to try and lift some hits. Focus Sash because it does allow us to obviously live at least one hit, assuming they don't double into us. Hurricane obviously hits really hard. I have gone for Scold here because Scold on Lando T could definitely be really beneficial. Getting a burn on Registeel could be beneficial as well. Scold on Entei obviously going to be really nice. Even a burn on a Sceptile if it like alloy switches or something through the NDD. I think NDD probably gets alloy switch. I haven't actually looked it up. Yeah, so Pelipper, Tapu Koko is obviously the biggest threat to it. But you have also got things like Lando T with like Stone Edge, which could definitely be a huge problem. But yeah, I've got Hurricane Scald as just coverage moves. Obviously, Chance to Confuse as well, Hurricane, which is really handy. U-Turn, because I might want some shenanigans where I get out of there, get a different Pokemon in. Obviously, I haven't got any ground-type immunity, so that would have been nice to bring Marowak, but Marowak just didn't quite fit on this team. And Tailwind. Tailwind is a really fantastic move, allowing me to double my speed, especially with things like Lele, and if the Ludicolo loses its Swift Swim for any reason, I can then still go with my other moves that aren't water-type moves. So that is my thought process with those ones. Oh, excuse me. Moving on to our second one, we've got Spooky Eyes, the Spiritomb. First time it's coming this season, and honestly, you know, Spiritomb actually does kind of work here, especially as a Dynamax. We've got Shadow Ball, which goes to Max Poltergeist. No. Is it? I don't know. Whatever the Max Ghost move is. But the Max Ghost move just really hits hard on a lot of the team. Obviously the Hatterene, if it's especially defensive, is probably going to tank it more. But like even the Tapu Koko doesn't like it, the Registeel doesn't like it. Entei, Velotic, nothing on the team wants to take this. There are no normal types here. No, there's MDD. There's MDD. But I've also got Snarl that I can use to hit a variety of Pokemon on the team, lower that special attack, especially things like Hatterene, MDD with its expanding force, could definitely be problematic. So obviously that Snarl can be really, really helpful. Lowers Milotic, special attack. If it goes with Special Sceptile, then obviously that's a big thing. Altaria is always special, so that can really work. Icy Wind, because it hits the Lando T, and it also slows down the opposing Mons if I need to for any reason. We've got Pain Split, because why the hell not? I know it's more of a singles move, but I thought, you know, this would be really interesting to run. And as I said, Snarl was more of a coverage support move there. I've gone for Infiltrate as the ability because pressure didn't quite seem right. And I'm just thinking in case they try and set up some kind of screens through one of their Mons, I can then, you know, go behind that and just cause some antics. I did consider Will-O-Wisp on this thing. In retrospect, I think Will-O-Wisp probably would have been a better choice than possibly Snarl. But I did want something to hit the NDD and something to lower the special attacks as well, which obviously is what Spiritomb is planning to do. If I Dynamax with this thing, it's definitely going to be bulky enough to live some hits and hopefully hit super, super hard on the majority of the Mons there. Yeah, that's kind of my thought process with this team here. That's with the Spiritomb. I think Spiritomb could definitely put in some work. I don't know what concerns me with it. The Hatterene is the only thing that's problematic. Tapu Koko as well is a problem, but if I can get Trick Room up, then Tapu Koko just becomes much less of a problem. The Hatterene and the Tapu Koko, if they both come, then Spiritomb I struggle a bit more with bringing, but in the case of it being a Dynamax Mon, it could definitely really work. Moving on to our third Pokemon, we have got Duck the Porygon. I have started putting names on my Pokemon if you couldn't tell, which is running my standard kind of set here. I've got Rain Dance because if I don't bring Pelipper for any reason, setting up the rain for like the Ludi could be really, really helpful. I've got Ice Beam, so that hits the Lando T. It will hit neutral on the NDD. Shadow Ball to hit the Hatterene. Tapu Koko probably will go for Shadow Ball. Same with Registeel, same with Entei. Same with Milotic, Ice Beam on the Sceptile, Shadow Ball on the Surfetched, Altaria will be Ice Beam, and Purloin realistically Ice Beam as well. Trick Room to lower the speed of my team because that's going to be, to go with the, set up the Trick Room, that's what it is, because that allows for Spooky Eyes and also Horse, the Copraja, to come in and really put in some work. Copraja actually can tear through this team if I can get it to its lowest possible speed. So that's what I'm looking for here. Porygon 2, maybe I get the download boost, maybe I don't, we'll see kind of what happens, but definitely going to be the option to start to break down some of the Mons on this team, providing a bit of support, maybe 2 hits where 1 hit isn't quite enough, and that Rain Dance I think could come in handy, especially if there's like the Sunny Day antics with the Purloin. I think that would definitely be really, really helpful. Moving on to our next Pokemon, we've got Pineapple, the Ludicolo. Now, Ludicolo is going to be another possible Dynamax option. We've got Expert Belt on here, increasing up its power output on a super effective move. And we've got Surf, powerful, hits the Lando. I think it takes out the Lando when Dynamax. Focus Blast, which is there for the Registeel mostly. Ice Beam and Ice Beam for the Lando T as well as the Altaria, as well as Sceptile, because Sceptile, you know, can be annoying. Melodic, we've got Giga Drain for, we've got Surf again for Melodic, Surf for Entei. Tapu Koko can be a little bit of a problem here, but at the same time, if we're Dynamaxed, if we're hitting it hard with our Max Geysers, you know, it can't really touch Ludi too much in this situation. So Max Geysers into the Tapu Koko are probably what I'm going to go for. Could even go for like the Max Overgrowths, but I don't really want to allow the opposing team to get some health back in that sense. So yeah, I think Ludi definitely a Dynamax option. And should work really, really nicely. I do definitely expect the Purloin to be coming 100%, because it just makes so much sense for it to come. And yeah, that's kind of what I've got to say about Ludicolo. It's just here for some damage outputs to really cause problems for the opposing team. Next up is my potential MVP. I'm really looking at this and thinking, actually, this could work. We've got Cobraja, which has got Life Orb and Sheer Force, which obviously boosts the Iron Head up, and that allows us to, I believe, I believe we kill the Lando T with Dynamax, or not Dynamax, or something like. If we're not got the -1, we kill. Hatterene just goes down to it. NDD can't really do too much. I'm not sure if it gets Mystical Fire, but if I have the Rain up, there's not going to be any problem with that. Same with the Hatterene there. Tapu Koko hitting an Earthquake is going to be destructive. Registeel, the Earthquake again. Literally, this could 1v1 the Registeel easy. Entei, Earthquake. Melodic is a problem. It can scold me. But realistically, against the Cobraja, I think I probably do potentially win the 1v1 there. Sceptile can't really do too much to me unless it's special, because I don't think it has very good physical, like, fighting type moves. But that being said, like, Iron Head could really hit it. I put Brick Break on this to get the Max Knuckles, because if I want to Dynamax this thing and go for Max Knuckle to get some increase in my attack power, just so I can sweep, that would be really, really helpful. Altaria, again, can't really do too much to me. I'll go for the Iron Head, it just hits really hard. And Purloin just goes straight down to an Earthquake or an Iron Head. Protect on here just for some Protect options. But yeah, I think this is going to work really, really well on the Trick Room, and I'm really hoping that this is going to be a really, really good option to run with my team. Moving on to the last Pokemon, we have got I Want Bangs, not the NDD, the Tapu Lele. Citrus Berry on here this week. I couldn't really decide what other item to go for, so I went with Citrus Berry. Psychic Surge, obviously setting up Psychic Terrain. They have the same options set up with NDD. I could have gone for Telepathy, but you know, I thought Psychic Surge just boosts our Psychic type attack, which we don't have, so, you know, preventing priority, that could be pretty handy, especially things like Fake Out. Could be coming from, like, the NDD, and just kind of prevents any kind of shenanigans like that. Shadow Ball obviously hits it doesn't hit the NDD, it hits some stuff on this thing. In fact, some of the team it hits. The Hatterene, that's the one I wanted for. Hatterene. Moonblast, just coverage on the majority of the Mons here. Energy Ball, which hits the Melodic really hard, which is the main reason that I've got it on there. And then Protect, just to kind of scout anything out. Gone for a lot of speed here, that allows him to outspeed the Landorus, and hopefully get like a Moonblast off on it, so I can just get some good damage off on the Lando if I need to bring in Tapu Lele. I think Tapu Lele is possibly the weakest link of this team, but it has got high special defense from its natural special defense, so realistically, coming in against Koko, obviously they've got two forms of terrain that are possible here. Electric terrain isn't as good as the Psychic terrain, in my opinion, so I think they would bring the NDD, but we'll kind of see what happens. I definitely see them bringing 6 Mons from their team. We see Lando T almost 100%. Well, actually, no, I'm not 100% on the Lando T. I think it could come, but at the same time, because of the hard rain, it might not come. NDD, I think, definitely comes. It just makes sense for that to come. Hatterene, if that doesn't come, I'm going to be very happy, because that's one of the most difficult ones I've had to prep for, and realistically, I'm expecting it to come, because obviously I have an Urshifu Single Strike. We've got Tapu Koko, which, if Hatterene comes, I can see it not coming, but at the same time, hard rain, electric, that could work quite well. Registeel, maybe, maybe not. It can't really do too much to me. Entei, again, running a rain team, I don't think Entei really works too amazingly in this matchup. Melodic is definitely a possibility, I can see that coming. Sceptile, again, could see that coming, but could also see it not coming. Surfetch'd, I think, is likely for the Porygon 2. Altaria, maybe, and then Purloin, I think 100% could be coming. Purloin having the Prankster ability, I think it has Prankster still, but yeah, it works really, really nicely, obviously, to set up the Sun, and I think that's something that he's definitely going to want to try and do in front of me, maybe even with Entei alongside it, so I do need to be very cautious of that kind of play. But yeah, I'm going to finish this off, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here. It's a good one, and I'll see you soon.